In this week's dose of troubling nature news, sharks off the coast of Brazil have tested positive for cocaine.
And while the behavioral effects of cocaine on sharks has yet to be studied,
Or at least not formally outside of a Miami house party setting,
early reports indicate exposure to the drug can cause sharks to grind their many teeth while telling long-winded stories nobody asked for.
only a matter of time before we start losing good sharks to fentanyl. But, silver lining, does this mean if we dumped a bunch of butter in the ocean, we could effectively pre-butter our lobster?
Well, I like where your head's at, but you're gonna run into some issues with layering there. See, unlike highly soluble cocaine, butter would just sit on top of the water. Then you just created a bunch of fat seagulls, so unless you're gonna eat them.
Nah. Kinda seem like they'd taste like cigarette butts.
They do.
You ever notice how sometimes your farts sound like a question? Like they have that little lilting upturn at the end? Yeah, that's fun. Gotta enjoy the little things. You know, I've been trying to get more exercise lately.
Really? You can barely tell.
Thanks. I took a walk around the neighborhood today and I was feeling pretty proud of myself for just getting out there until some guy who must have been 20 years my senior sprinted past me at full speed, shirtless and glistening.
Oh yeah, I've seen him around. That's Jerry. Dude's a specimen.
He was wearing one of those hats with the flap on the back to cover your neck, which felt odd since he didn't have a shirt on.
Still, if RZA taught us anything, it's protect your neck.
True. Anyway, as this rippling, godlike grandpa bound past, leaving me in his literal dust, I lost all motivation. Went and got ice cream.
Yeah, Hot Jerry'll humble you.
He's so swift. I swear he has those little wings on his ankles like Hermes or Mercury.
I'm sorry, did you just correctly reference two ancient deities?
Sure did. Yet I can't for the lives of me and my family remember where I put the emergency earthquake kit. It's funny the things you'll retain. It bothers me like once a day that the plural of attorney general is attorneys general. Also, courts martial? Get the fuck out of here. No. I'm not saying that.
Hey, you think anyone at that electric car company, Polestar, ever acknowledges how much their brand name sounds like an all-star stripper?
like what, every year 50 of the world's greatest exotic dancers are invited to compete in Polestar weekend?
In Tampa, obviously.
Oh yeah, that's a given.
Let's welcome to the stage a 13-time Polestar. Versatility and consistency have been the trademarks of her long, storied career. Well, that and the things she does with her butt. Give it up for Cinnabon.
She's so skilled, you know? Cinnabon can produce from any spot in the lineup on any given night. Not to mention she plays every position. You just can't overstate how valuable she is to her franchise.
Oh, you nailed it there, Chuckster. I mean, we're talking about a 4-time MV Polar, and while she may have only a few good seasons left in her, there's not a doubt in my mind we're looking at a first ballot Pole of Famer.
She's a credit to the game, Ernie. We salute you, Cinnabon. So, Polestar weekend is on TNT, huh?
Gotta fill the NBA void with something. Rather than fear death, I prefer to think of it as the end of a marathon. The grueling part is over, and regardless of whether you did as well as you hoped you might, you've finished. Sure, your nipples are bleeding and you shit all down your leg, but you made it. If anything, congratulations are in order.
You know, I realized recently my first tattoo is now old enough to drink alcohol.
Yikes. I'm not sure I realized you had ink. What is it?
Do you remember the bleeding Superman symbol from Death of Superman?
No, you didn't.
Oh, yes, I did.
But he didn't even stay dead. They brought him back like 3 weeks later.
Yeah, well, 18-year-old asshole me was not about to let that stop him from getting it permanently needled into his body.
So where is it?
Oh, buddy, you don't want to know.
Did you hear they're paying Robert Downey Jr. $100 million to play Dr. Doom?
Yeah, that seems like a wise use of capital in a struggling industry.
Exactly. You know what I'd like to see him do? Just cash the check and then totally phone it in.
Well, if his character's really in a mask the whole time, he might be able to literally phone in his performance. Doom from home.
Or even better, I hope he makes just an absolutely bonkers decision for Dr. Doom's voice.
Yeah, what, like Tom Hardy's Bane?
Nah, I'm talking something that makes Bane sound understated and elegant by comparison. Like Napoleon Dynamite crossed with Johnny Depp's cracked-out version of Willy Wonka.
Yeah, maybe sprinkle in a little Mos Def from 16 Blocks?
Oh, an early 2000s deep cut. Wait, no, I've got it. I hope RDJ shows up on set day one in the Doom mask doing his best impression of John Malkovich in Rounders.
Yeah, Teddy KGB.
Captain America pain in my ass.
Scarlet Witch, though, she is very nice. Damn it, every time I do an accent, I end up sounding like Borat. If I could give you one piece of advice when it comes to a good sandwich...
I don't recall asking, but okay.
Never underestimate the importance of the bread. At the very least, always have a nice loaf of sourdough around. Everything's good on toasted sourdough.
Surely not everything.
Believe it, buddy. You can't go wrong. Hell, I'd eat you on toasted sourdough.
Ah, come on.
Wouldn't even cook you first or anything.
You would eat me alive?
On the right bread? Yeah, probably. Starting with those weird little toes.
I don't understand how you think this is funny.
You remember the end of the Christopher Nolan Batman trilogy where you think Batman dies, but then Alfred spots Bruce Wayne at some cafe in Italy?
I remember it. Shit was lame. It's a way better ending if he's dead. Come on, Nolan. Don't give it to studio notes.
Well, ever since 2017, whenever I'm at like a random diner somewhere, I find myself looking around the entire place on the off chance that I might spot Tom Petty chilling out in some dark corner booth.
Really?
Oh yeah, I imagine he's got like a baseball cap pulled way down, but a true fan could see it's him. We'd share a brief but knowing glance and he'd shoot me a wink and I'd throw back a casual nod that says, "It's cool, Tommy. Your secret's safe with me."
Boy, you really thought about this quite a bit, huh?
Then, as I take another bite of my delicious Monte Cristo, I look up again only to see in a puff of smoke, he's gone.
Wow, I mean, buddy. You do know Tom Petty's not coming back to fix the world, right?
I know. You know, I think every single famous person officially has a podcast now.
Oh yeah, celebrities pretended to have artistic integrity until their income dipped ever so slightly. Now they're all move over regular-ass podcasters. The rich and famous have finally arrived to exhaust the medium.
Right? Like, leave some for the rest of us schmoes.
I heard Ted Danson records a podcast while laying in the middle of a busy road. It's called Dancing in the Street.
Oh, I like the one where Anne Hathaway breaks down the greatest career highlights of Anthony Hardaway in Hathaway on Hardaway.
And then, of course, there's the unlikely buddy pairing of Don Cheadle and Ringo Starr in Cheadle and the Beetle.
You heard Doctor's Orders? That's the one where Dr. Dre just reads through his recent Amazon purchase history.
I'm more of a heart palpitations guy. It's a 24-hour live stream of Kevin Hart's erratic, hummingbird-like EKG.
Oh yeah, I heard his Patreon contributors get exclusive clips of Kevin screaming at himself in the mirror for 20 minutes every morning. It's the only way he can motivate himself to keep going at his current pace.
Oh, and we can't forget Black and Back, where funny man Jack Black does a deep dive on each track of AC/DC's Back in Black from the back of a city bus.
Wow, that is a many-layered onion. I would give that a listen. So my 5-year-old's taking a shower earlier, right? And she calls me in there like she needs my help. But when I open the door, she's standing there shaking her bare little ass in my face and cracking up.
I see she got her father's sophisticated sense of humor.
Oh yeah, she thought it was the funniest thing ever.
Yeah, well, she's not wrong. How'd you respond?
Oh, like any responsible parent would. I dropped trow and shook my bare ass right back at her.
Classy.
Let me tell you, the blood-curdling scream she let out when she turned around to the sight of my hairy dad butt.
She wasn't ready for it to get that real.
Yeah, well, she brought a knife to a gunfight.
Sounds like you really had a beautiful father-daughter moment.
I'll hold it in my heart forever. You know, I've been trying to cut back on my drinking.
Have you, though?
Oh yeah, I mean, these days if I even have a beer in the shower, it's gotta be something light and crisp. You know, at the very least a lager. No more 12% shower IPAs.
It's truly impressive to see you make such tremendous strides towards a better and healthier you.
Thanks, bud.
You know, I like to think every baseball umpire's strike 3 call is the exact same sound he makes when he climaxes.
Ooh.
Strike!
Streak!
Yeah!
Wall!
That's 3.
It's in there. Great. Now I'm gonna think about that on every single strikeout forever. You know, I always miss living close to my big sister around Halloween.
Oh, that's actually kind of sweet.
Yeah, she was like really fun to scare.
Okay, not so sweet.
I remember the first scary movie she went to see was Child's Play 3.
Ugh, Chucky. Still gives me the willies. There's just something about those round little cheeks. Freaks me out.
So while she was at the movies, I was at home taping a Ninja Turtle sword into the hands of a My Buddy doll.
Nah, you're sick, you know that.
I waited at the top of the stairs, and as soon as she got home, I dropped it right on her head.
Of course you did.
Oh man, she ran out of the house screaming bloody murder. I got her so good she ended up hiding out in the woods for a few days, surviving mostly on berries and soft bark.
Wait, what?
Yeah, we had half the town out looking for her, but, you know, eventually she resurfaced, no harm done. We all laugh about it now. Well, except her. She doesn't really laugh anymore.